Right then, so recording. So, crashed last time. It happens. Don't worry. I'm not going to cry and poo my pants. Right, I need to remove some inside polygons from our symmetrical piece of whatever here. Now you'll notice I've collapsed the symmetry. I explained in the previous video why I collapsed symmetry. It's just personal preference to do with my colour blindness, as I've mentioned a few times. Now, what I'm going to do is, there's a couple of ways that I can basically fix this and get rid of this hole underneath. The easiest one is a method that I used to use 14 years ago, and I still use it to this day. You just grab the two over here, you're like, hello, and just collapse. Then I grab these two, and I collapse. And these two, and I collapse. And then the last one is these two, just collapse. Okay, so that gives us the shape on the underside now. So we've got this inner part, and again, I do apologise, okay, about the fact that an earlier recording broke. All I was doing was showing how to make the inside lip kind of work for this. What I'm going to do is basically bring these down. Okay, I don't need to do a whole lot with this. What I mean by that is that basically the idea is that when I have an inside, you know, when I've got the chairs and, well, the chair and the cockpit and all that kind of good stuff going in here, I can just slot it in. I can just literally place it inside this. I'm not going to have to sit and worry about how it's going to look or anything like that. It's basically the poly on poly method of doing things. You can do this in games now as well, which is fantastic. You didn't used to be able to do this in games at all, but now you can use kind of the poly on poly method, because most games are absolutely fine with it. Right, I'm just going to go straight down here, and I'm going to do a connect, and that obviously just opens that out for me. And if I grab this, just bring it down a bit, then take that, and cap it. Okay, now I've got the rest of the inside here. I've got a new thing now as well, where when I'm recording tutorials, I will try and stream if I can. I mean, a lot of people don't have the patience to watch tutorials. It's the way that modern society is now, and I can't blame young people for it, or older people for that matter. But people who otherwise might not watch a tutorial, you know, they can sometimes tune in on the stream. I did originally think, well, I'd keep the chat up and I could, like, you know, talk to people while I was streaming, but that seems a little bit much of a distraction, really. I've got, as you can see, quite a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do here. Right, so as far as I'm concerned, the main dash, let's see what it looks like going straight across. This is just the area which it would be on, obviously. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. Okay, and we've got like this footwell that will go in here. So the reason I'm doing this is because I like logic in 3D, and I want to make sure that the place that I'm putting the landing gear has room for the landing gear. It drives me nuts when I see non-logical building of spaceships. It just honestly kills me. So there. What are you doing? Oh, I've got polygon on. Silly old me. Poly to poly. Right. There. Okay, so you can see it's like bent the polygon, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's have a look at that shape. Just want to see if I can just adjust this a little bit. Remember what I was saying in the last video, if you did catch it, where I was saying that to me, you know, a good hard surface shape is at least, you know, you're talking about the same complexity levels as if you're doing organic stuff, you know. I don't know. I'm a little bit unhappy with the overall shape of that. But if I bring it down, move that and that. You see, I tend to kind of experiment a bit. Well, what did it look like if I do this? What did it look like if I do that? And the good thing is that, as I've said myself, like a while ago, I don't feel that I'm especially worried about keeping a completely canonical Viper, because there's no such thing as a canonical Viper in the first place. And I'm certainly not going to lose sleep trying to get every edge to be the same. You will know, if you know my tutorials, that I prefer a much more kind of, I don't know, I like accuracy. I like things that look like they're supposed to, you know, not what they were designed as. I like things where you go, oh yeah, the engine does fit there. I mean, I remember when I first did, was it Serenity? Yeah, I think it was Serenity. Yeah, that'll do, okay. Yeah, when I first did Serenity, it was very much of an issue for me that I built these big kind of landing gears that came outside because Serenity had them. And I didn't know for the life of me how they worked, you know, not at all. There we go, I'll just bring that forward like that. It's the right shape, you see, I don't need to do much else. And I didn't know where the hell they went, so, or how they folded in or anything. But now, if we look at this, and we look at the overall shape of it, we can see easily enough that if I just take these, hello, okay, just there, and do that, we can see very easily now exactly where the landing gear is going to be. Because we know there's space for it. And if I just bring that straight in and then deselect these parts, so I just want, I'm just going to want these bits here. I mean, the thing is, this thing flies in zero gravity. There's no reason why it shouldn't have its bloody landing gear. It flies out in the void, you know. Its landing gear will make a heap of the difference to it when it comes to cutting in land or whatever. But, well, it won't when it's extended. You're going to have, like, air shooting past normally. If it's landing in, like, you know, a void, you can keep them out all the time. It's not going to cause any drag. I know it lands on planets. It's an incredibly versatile spaceship, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Anyway, what I need to do now, you see, is define, for me, exactly how big the inside area that it can hold the landing gear is going to be. And for me, we just have a look and make sure we haven't got any intersections. There, that's where there's first intersection. So we've got quite a space in here, you see. Quite a space. That's good. Okay, now I could do with capping that off, so I just cap, and because I've capped it, I need to put my polygons across the middle of it. So I am going to, am I still recording? God for that. I'm going to do a cut. There. To there. No, I don't think that worked, you see, it went across the top instead. Alright, so when we get a place where where our caps don't work, we just have to build new ones. It's just the way it goes. So, I'm going to get my vert, and get my cap there, control, select by that edge, and what have I got smoothing groups out? And material IDs, and vertex colours. What are you doing? And subdivision surface. Right, so I'm going to hide unselected, and that'll just give me this nice little piece here. Makes it a bit easier when you've got this, doesn't it? And now what I can do is just there, and bridge. And then I'm going to select this one here and do a ring and connect. And then I'm going to do a Control A just to select all the bits. Weld. There we go. Close it down. And now I'm going to unhide all. And the settings. Unhide all. There we go. Didn't have my polygon selected to unhide them again. And you can see it makes a big difference. I mean, when we started out the project a little bit earlier on, we had no real definition of this. It was just an awful little shape. And now we have this. You know, we've got room for our landing gear and so forth. Now, let's go and have a look at our nib. Okay, this is obviously where we're going to have our space radiator, because, well, it's where we would have our space radiators. But you know what I'm going to put in here instead, because I think it looks so much nicer, is a nice little throwback to the Nostromo. Okay, which obviously this show was kind of trying to cash in on at the time. It was kind of getting in on. Let me just check that. Alien was made in what, 1977, I think, 79. Okay, and Battlestar Galactica. Battlestar Galactica. When was it first made? Yeah, 1980. No, 78. I apologise. BSG came before Alien. But still, nonetheless, I would like to throw a little bit of a nod to the Nostromo in, because it's one of my favourite spaceships. Okay, now you see how this isn't quite right, but I've got angle snap on, remember, so I can just fix that. And then I'm going to just bring this back. So I'm just hold shift, pulling back a little bit, just to give us that lip. Okay, that's good. And then what I can do is just zoom on it. Why are you zooming over here as well? What are you doing? I do not know. I don't want that zoom on. This is there. That's better. Right, I'm going to just basically fix these up. So go here and get my bridge tool. Yeah, sorry, BSG hardened fans. You'll be sitting there like chomping at your bit now. Who said it was fast? Ah. Yeah, I'm sorry, it wasn't. Okay, I accept my mistake. It was Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, Aliens. Although I suspect not Aliens, I suspect Alien had been in production quite a while by then, to be honest. Right, I just want to make sure that I get my bridging right on this, because I hate it when my bridging's off. 1, 2, 1, 2, no, 1, 2. See? Bridged. Okay. Much better. Much better shape. Much better definition. Much happier. I've been feeling quite unhappy with the shape of that fuselage now for quite a long time. So, and by quite a long time, you have no flipping idea. I originally started this tutorial 3 years ago at the behest of one of my chums, David, and I've been driving him to no little distraction, I suspect, because every so often I'll get so far into this tutorial, I'm like, no. I tried a low poly one, it was like, no, didn't like that. Not him, me, I didn't like it. It's like, no. So, hopefully you'll be getting a little bit more kind of, oh, that looks better, you know? Hello? Oh, what's this? F4. Just to make sure that any weird shapes that were going on are supposed to be going on. That shape does not look like it's supposed to be going on, does it? That looks like something's broken. Isolate. So let's see what I've damaged really badly, shall we? Because sometimes we do damage things when we make them, and we don't know why. Oh well, this is not a difficult fix. It may look like it. It may look like I've totally ruined my model, and someone who isn't used to 3Ding may well start crying and pooping. But there's no need. Just delete it. Okay. That's all you've got to do. And then let's check how straight these are. They're straight, so that's okay. I'm going to just go to edge mode and bridge. 1. Remember, I don't have symmetry on, so I'm just doing them both. 2. There we go. Now I'm just going to select these. 1, 2, swing it round. 3, 4. Better check the middle ones if there is one. There is not. That's just the bounding box. Okay, so let's connect, and then I'm going to just target weld. So target weld there to there. There's one here as well. See? Let's go around the other side and see how we did. Oh, look at that! Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Okay, unhide all or end isolate, depending on what you've done. I used to use hide, but now I use isolate a lot more. There, and that's fixed up that shape. It's much, much nicer. Okay, so we can see that. That's our main landing gear area. Lovely. I'm quite pleased with that. Okay, so let's call that a run for the fuselage. And I'm going to say this as fuselage 3. So save as 113. Helps if I save it to the right place, doesn't it? Helps if I save it to the right place. Fuselage 3. There we go. Now I'm going to save. Job done. Okay, so I shall see you in the next bit.